that this is new in our sector completely, the assertion 10, and it will be introduced next year. So what we're trying to achieve is to put ourselves in the best position. So when we have our interim internal audit in January, our auditor will review this report and then they will give further feedback as to in line with our council compliance and that side of things from the external audit. So that's why it was important that we have this now ready for that interim audit, so we can best arm ourselves with any recommendations and through that official process.
Yeah, all good. The only comment I was going to make, more a suggestion to council, is do we feel that, and again, feel free to comment over as well, delegate responsibility to the clerk and the office, and if they see actions that they need to carry out, that can be done. If
I mean, we absolutely can do that, Chair. I'm for that. I think the next step, naturally, because there wasn't any reds on here that we immediately need to fix, is to let it be audited.
Sure.
And have the feedback, because then that will tell us in line with our sector's compliance.
Yeah.
With it being so new.
Sure.
If that's okay.
Yeah. Everyone. Sorry, Susie. Yeah.
Sorry, there was another question.
Yeah, it's fine.
In the list of Microsoft users in the appendix, just before the YLCA template, who is Co at the Parish Council?
That's the compliance officer line. So when one of the changes that we made when I very first came into role was we reviewed how our DSARs and freedom of information and all of those were processed, and where it relied on councillor intervention. It was voted at the time, I think it might have been, Andy, one of your proposals that we went through at the time, to have something in place where we could auto-search all systems and emails to make it faster and streamline it from memory. So that email it stands for compliance officer. So if we have a DSAR or a freedom of information and I need to very quickly search all of our systems, including councillor emails, I have to bring the IT provider who sets it up. So I haven't got access to it all the time. It's just when a legitimate request comes in to complete that action to search, and then it's turned off straight away afterwards, which is why it says blocked and unlicensed.
Thank you.
Excellent, thanks, Susie.
Sorry?
No, to say thank you. You asked some questions that were quite useful. Okay, so we're happy to receive that, and excellent. Okay, so 125.3. So review and consider for recommendation the adoption of an IT policy in line with the new AGAR assertion. 10th change in 2026.
Yes. So again, this is in line with the new assertion 10. Is that all councils have an IT policy. We don't currently have an IT policy in place, which most councils don't right now, but we need to bring it in ready for the assertion 10 of the AGAR. This is a YLCA template for recommendation to introduce it, and as we haven't got one, it looks like a decent first step in introducing the IT policy. And then as we go along, we can review it annually if anything needs to be added or changed in line with our specific council, but we've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, Ian?
That's right. If we're asking staff to sign this, presumably,
We will do.
do we have proper training to go alongside this?
We do.
Excellent. Any other comments? No? So can I get a proposal and seconder to adopt this? Lynn proposing, seconder please. Andy seconder. Votes in favour of adopting? Full house. 125.4, to receive the internal checks and reconciliation for quarter 1, April, June 2025. I'll be for all checks.
Yeah, so these again, Chair, we usually go to from GP. But as that meeting didn't go ahead yet, and we need them in place ready for our audit, that's why I brought them forward onto this meeting, so that we are up to date when we're audited.
Any comments? Susie, yeah.
Yes, thanks. I was thinking about the audit trail for the deposit account, because mostly that is connected to salary information, pension, HMRC.
Yeah.
And one of the things that obviously I wasn't able to do for the audit trail is to check back to the original data that was taken from. But if it was somebody on the personnel committee who were auditing like yourself, then usually we would be able to check back to the original data.
Right. Okay. I've basically gone through the financial packs and done an audit in that fashion.
Because really you would expect a transfer from our deposit account to come into the current account accurately.
Yeah.
That would be hopefully a given.
Yeah.
And so it just struck me that is not very. Whereas we track back to the invoice with the current account.
Yes,
payments,
I understand what you're
we
saying.
aren't tracking back to any original data with the deposit account transactions. So
Sure.
it's just something to.
Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Susan, because that majority of our transactions are out of the main account and there's so little activity in the deposit account. So I do understand that and take that on board, yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely look at that. We've got some more to do, so I can definitely have a look at that when it comes
I think it's something which not wanting to be cut that probably FNGP needs to review in general about the way bank accounts are set up now that we've gone through the dual authorisation. Is like what we could do with another review early in the year, so I can add it something to the next FNGP.
Yeah, good point. So similarly, item 125.5, to receive the internal checks and reconciliation for quarter 2, July to September 2025. Any different? No, so we're happy to receive those, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 126, to consider a response to the planning authority on the following planning applications. If I may.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Well, we've already covered the first two, the two schools that want to do things, and we didn't have any issues with those at all. So the next one, 77 Millgate. It's a bungalow on Millgate, and they just want to extend backwards and then put a detached garage in the back corner of the garden. So there's no objections from anybody nearby. So no reason why we should, I don't think.
Yeah,
that one at all. So that's that one. Next one's dubious, given who's applied for it.
It shocked me when it come through. I was like, what? Who's that? And then I realised
Yeah, because
it was
obviously
me in the
that's,
audience.
that is ourselves as the parish council have applied to have some tree work done. So,
I used to listen to objection on that.
Was that tree policy stand on that one?
You'd hope so.
yeah. Could facetiously ask that, but hopefully we've done our own due diligence in terms of whether we want to approve our own application. So I think I'll leave that at that.
Yeah, it went through the committee.
Yes. The fifth one on there, 59 Pontefract Road. It's if you're going from here. You go from here, just after going to the close on the right, there's I've forgotten the name of it now, and the house on the left. And it's the last one, it's kind of broken into three.
Yeah.
It's the last one of those. And similarly, we've got a coach house, which has got some history to it, but they want to work it into a brand new flat annex, actually for the person I think that maybe lives in the main house now, reading the stuff. No problem, no issues with it, because actually main appearance difference will be a metal garage door will become a door and window, so better than anything. But the only thing I did wonder, and I don't know if we can, I don't know, sometimes it happens with something like that, if it might be worth asking for a clause that then can't be sold separately to the house. Because if it was, that would actually increase the traffic quite a lot. you'd be adding another house effectively as opposed to a granny flat. And so it was just a thought, because I know there's somebody near us that has the house that converted something in the garden, but they can't sell it separately.
Right.
So it kind of keeps the things all together and means that you wouldn't be likely to get another family moving into it, sort of thing, I suppose. So that was my own thought on that one, was that maybe we could put that in as a recommendation. It's not an objection as such, it's
like an extra.
Yeah, just a clause.
I'll be honest, I don't know where we stand on that.
No,
Because,
I don't know, I didn't have time to look it up.
we can materially object.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go away and ask the question whether we could do that, but I don't know that information. So
No, I just wondered if it was something, subject obviously to everybody's agreeing, then that might be an idea, but it could be something to be worth looking at.
As it stands, they would have to apply to do that, so we'd get a second application.
I don't know, that's what I don't know, because if it's already a separate dwelling, do you then...
Yeah.
You need a separate title deed, wouldn't you? So
You
Yeah.
would, but
Yeah, so
I don't know if the district council...
they do, they're very interested because they get council tax from it separately, so
Yeah, I'm wondering, but as I say, I know at least one has got that.
it would actually, thinking about it, it would have to come through as a change of use, wouldn't it?
Well, that's what I wondered, if it's already been changed to a dwelling with this, whether it then would be, because effectively this must be doing that.
if it's still the same address,
Mm.
it would need a new address and it would
Yeah.
need to council tax and so on.
Yeah.
So they'd have
Yeah.
to do it, it's a slightly different process. So we'd get another one coming through.
I think we would logically, separate to the meeting, I'm happy to just go and find that out for next time, how
Yeah.
things are looking.
Yeah, are we happy with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just mention there's one more, because timing-wise, 13 Mount Pleasant, we want to put a front porch on and a small extension first floor rear. And I don't think anyone's going to need to object to that.
No.
But that's one that's coming since this list. But I didn't actually check the expiry date, it could be expired before our next meeting.
It does, it came in today and I'll have to email about that one.
Yeah,
But yeah.
But there's no reason
Yeah.
that we need to object to that one, I don't think.
That's lucky. Okay. Thank you very much. That's
Is
okay.
that right? Noted, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, okay, then, thank you very much. Item 127. To note a date correction relating to the October Council meeting agenda, item 96. Personnel Committee meeting was held on the 7th of October 2025, not the 22nd of September 2025, as stated. So we're just noting that.
Yes, the clerk is human.
Yeah.
Copied and pasted the other committee meeting dates and forgot to change it when I noticed. Can't get the staff.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're happy to know that. No? Objection from okay then, so item 128, consider options relating to a new parish council vehicle and instruct the choir accordingly. And we've got a little bit of information in the supplementary notes that we've got. Are there any comments?
Just not sure we've got enough information to discuss that, have we?
I need to go away and do some, sorry Chair, to do some, that would be instruction of what you want me to look at basically. And do instruction from council.
Sorry?
Yeah, I was just thinking about this actually just before I came to the meeting. And I know we've been talking about the electric, I think is it a hybrid or just an electric plug-in?
The one we had was just electric.
Because the taxes, road taxes changed. And I understand just the conversation with son-in-law yesterday. But it's going to be, I don't think there's going to be extra charges on total electric plug-ins per mile, but I think, and on hybrid plug-ins, but I think on what we call a soft hybrid, which is one that charges as it's driving along, the tax is different. So I think what I would like to ask the clerk to do, or to suggest we ask the clerk to do, is to work out the different likely costs of the different types of vehicles Because we might decide, it might not be much because we don't do a lot of miles, it might be negligible, but if it is going to be a considerable sum of money, we might want to look at a soft hybrid vehicle rather than a all-electric plug-in, is all I was thinking. Just a suggestion.
Would that be doable?
Yeah, I can write and find an array of quotes, I just need to know or
Yeah.
instruction to go with.
Okay,
Yeah, I was looking, because I asked Jen a couple of questions about it, which to do with the annual mileage and things. But one of the things is, apparently it's been, we've spent £44 a month on average on fuel, taking the electric van that we had before and the economy, if that's the right word to use for an electric vehicle, for it, rate, and what we pay for electricity here, that would cost us £23.50 a month for electric. So we're only saving about £20 a month on that for it. And obviously we have been paying a lot more per month, but that may have changed since the last lease. But I think that that's a factor to consider. It's not a massive saving, and then if you add in a bit of 3p a mile on top of it, that makes a difference back again. But the other element, in terms of, obviously there's an environmental argument in favour of electric, but given the mileage we do, I looked at two calculators, one for Transport Environment, who are Europe's leading advocates for clean transport and energy, and the other one from the International Energy Agency, who do, you put in your data, and it says payback. Transport Environment, roughly 5 years, 4 months before an electric van would break even for us compared with a petrol one. So we'd have to have at least 5 years, 4 months lease to be environmentally better with electric than petrol. And the International Energy Agency reckons 6 years for break even on it at the mileage we do. So if we were looking kind of at an environmental situation, we need a very long lease if we went for a lease to actually get to be greener than if we didn't go electric. So I just thought I'd mention those.
Yeah, thank you. Can I take your suggestion? I'll just bring two of you now.
It would be interesting to know what the purchase cost is versus the lease.
Yes.
Obviously, it's always repairs, but you can keep a vehicle for a much longer amount of time than usually.
Yeah.
Keep it running.
Chair, sorry, I can go away and put together a selection of different quotes on different fuel types and purchase versus lease. I'm happy to do that, I just can't do it without council instructing me to go away and explore that before we move on, if that helps.
So, essentially, can I get a proposer and seconder for that exact action? Lynn and Sarah proposing seconding, votes in favour.
So what was the action, sorry, just to repeat that?
So the clerk's going to go away and get basically a selection of, not literally get a selection of vehicles, but bring to us
So it'd be
the
all
different
fuel
tender
types, yeah.
fuel types, vehicles, and then lease versus purchase.
Okay, and we leave it up to you to decide the suitability of the type of vehicle and things like
But
that.
it would have to have the same type of vehicle that we've had to fit the lawnmowers in and things like that, so it would be a similar size type van as what we had a Toyota Prius, what, no, I can't think what it's called now.
Pro-X.
Pro-Ace, I know it was a thing, but yeah, so it'd be a similar type to that, sort of like a
Yeah.
R1H1 sort of size.
And that would come back to council.
No, that's what I was going to say, suggest it's up to them to decide what type of vehicle it is and that it suits.
Yeah.
I've got no idea, so.
Yeah. We votes in favour, didn't we? Yeah. So, yeah, for that. Thank you. Okay, so item 129. To consider allotment rent and water payment for 2026 and make a recommendation.
Do you want me to go into this one, Chair?
So in brief, we've got the table which does comparisons with other parish councils and with Wakefield Council regarding the charges that we apply for the allotments. my understanding is we are cheapest in the district. Any comments yet, Ian?
Yeah, just interested. I was to wait for the council to talk about the dispensation for people on disability-related benefits and things like that. I'm just interested we don't do that, given having open space for someone who's potentially disabled might be a good thing. It's something we should be encouraging as much as we can. So, I mean, personally, I would put the rate up and have a bigger dispensation for people on disability.
Right, okay. I do know that we've looked at, so we worked with Oakville Park School about an allotment with them and everything, so we certainly have tried to explore that issue. Perhaps we've just not come to a success in terms of that. So, any other comments on the rates or recommendations?
Just,
Sorry.
I think certainly Ian's point is worth considering, because if we did have a concessionary rate, and put them in, I mean, the allotment owners are going to complain, aren't they? They complain about towards £8. Sorry to allotment holders present, but that's what happens. But in order to work out, this has got to be done by. This has got to be worked into the budget, has it?
Yes, so we do have an income that comes into the budget as a line. Yes, it would have to be done before the January meeting.
Yeah. So just got to do, and I think for Gemma to be able to go out and work on something, you need a concrete proposal, won't you, to work up costs.
It's more so to